Linguition? Linguide. This is a map by the Anonymous, which is an amazing concept for a map. Now, I'm playing this with Chris Souvey, which is the frequent puzzle designer and collaborator that keeps appearing in my videos content, but with voice chat. For some of you, this is going to be a voice reveal. Also, we complain about the map at the end. Now, the format is that I am playing this map and trying to communicate details of the map when we're not screen sharing. The other person, Souvey, has a guide with information about that can help me solve from my perspective, but we do not see what each other is doing. We only need to describe. We can only describe it in voice chat. So there's info in the guide that needs to attempt to be communicated through voice. Anyway, of course, I'm recording this, after it has already happened, so let's get to the video. When we were talking about who should be the player or the guide reader, I got the message Isley podcast spinoff, which would happen if I was the one reading the guide instead. Oh god. This is my launching ground for my new career as a professional podcaster. Jackhammer noise of start outside my career. This is why you need 3 hastily glued soundproofing panels on the walls.
Alright, great.
I'm in game now. Okay, so the first room looks like Lingo Level 1's starting room, but it only has high in front. On the ceiling is a question mark, it's like a Roman numeral I, but with a question mark where the center would be. I'm gonna solve the high panel now. Hi, this map is intended to be played multiplayer. Okay, that's just Lincoln Workshop.
I have shockingly little information. I was expecting like a document, but in fact I have like half a page with some illustrations.
Okay, well, I currently just solved the high. That has unlocked a room with the text. This map is intended to be played multiplayer, and nothing else seems to be in that room. Also, the path backwards is unlocked, and there is a puzzle with 4 length with no clue text.
Okay, I see an open 2845 on my end.
284 didn't work. The word open worked.
Did either of those work for your
The word open worked.
Okay. I don't know what 2845 is trying to tell me, but it's written in the same gray box as open.
Okay, so what happened...
Next to it, there's a lighter gray box that says 12.
Okay, so I don't know how... Okay, so like, after I typed in open, there is a room with lots of colors, and 2845 did work on the left panel, but each of these, it's like, okay, so imagine, this is not completely accurate, but there's a dark gray room, a lavender room, a yellow room, and a blue, red, green room. Now, when I say room, I don't mean like I can go in them. I just mean there's like a wall, like that implies a room, and there's a door near each of them, except for the blue, red, green thing. Okay, and 2845 work.
I largely do not have those colors in mind. So.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through the 2845 answer, which worked for the dark gray.
So the next thing in mine, assuming this is ordered, is an arrow, like a up and to the right arrow that says 5th exit in vault. And then a green column with lime green in the middle, a gray column with dark red in the middle, and a cream column with dark red in the middle.
That seems like a lot, and that's a little bit worrying. However, when I went through 2845, I entered this, there's this pretty big room with like tons of things that could be considered, like it maybe invokes the vault because of the color scheme of silver, gold, and some hallway-ish stuff. And there's a bunch of doors here. There's 4 length, 4 length, 4 length. They really seem to all be 4 length.
So the only actual words that I have are exit and home that are 4 length.
Well, okay, I just typed exit on one of the doors in the vault, and it just teleported me back as if it was almost like a return to entry. That was weird. Home doesn't work here. Home didn't work on the... So, like, this vault thing could be thought of as a bunch of doors, but it's a little bit bigger than that. Also, in the corner of the vault is this big pile of gold blocks, which, I mean, you could maybe think of thematically as actual gold.
Okay, so it says 5th exit in vault. Do you know what the 5 is trying to do there?
Well, seems to be 6 doors, so I'm just gonna go in the 5th one from the entrance and type exit. that opened up the door that was in front of it instead of like teleporting me back or whatever. I'm gonna try exit on the fourth door, and it sent me back to the entry. Okay, I'm just gonna go through the fifth door now. So I guess this would be called the vault. Looks enough like it anyway. So after going through this fifth door, there's green, gray, and cream as a wall. It's like a cube, essentially. This room doesn't have that much to it. And in front of each of these is the word enter as a panel. The clue is enter, and these are 5 letters. These are all mid-whites, so I guess to type enter, that opened up
Okay,
something.
so yeah, so you only want to put enter into the green one. The gray and cream ones are red on mine, and the
Interesting.
green one is green.
I just typed enter on green and nothing else, and I already did that, so.
Okay, well, congratulations.
I'm
What happened next?
after entering green, there is a, well, it says stop. There is, if I turn left, there is this squarish stop sign. It doesn't look very much like it's not hexagonal or anything. The letter S is blue. The T and O are red, or maybe plum if my colors are wrong, and the P is blue. I don't know if that makes anything to you. There's a thing on the back of the sign.
None of that means anything to me. What I see now, again, assuming this is in order, is a like speech cloud thought bubble sort of thing with what looks like a magenta panel
Is
in
it
it.
S to P?
It's a
Maybe.
magenta square with 2 lines, a longer line and a shorter line.
Longer line and short line. I think
Like
maybe
it
I'm.
looks kind of like a panel that's been redacted, where it's like long answer, short answer, and it would be a magenta panel, I guess, though I don't know why it's in a thought bubble.
Like I would maybe think of that like homonym stuff, but currently I'm thinking S to P, but maybe not. Anyway, I have not continued going through the green room, so I'm doing that now. Oh God, describing this. There's I don't know how to describe what I just entered after going through the green a little bit. There's a bunch of paintings on the right, and after and looking through, there's like it's a 3-way choice effectively. So maybe the idea is like I need to choose the correct painting, and I can see multiple choices even past this.
So if we go after the magenta thing in mine, there is like a 3-way choice there. There's a smiley face with a red exclamation point that I think means no. Then there's a cube, which is green, which I assume is yes. And then there's another smiley face with a red exclamation point, which I guess is no. So do any of these things have faces or cubes?
I don't quite know. So I could see them as objects. Like it looks like B duck clock is the first set, and I can see through to the second set. Although, like, I don't even know what to call treasure, trumpet slash tuba. It's probably trumpet or saxophone, and a fly gnat type of thing. That's the second set of paintings. So
Okay.
I don't quite.
The only other thing I have in that room besides just the smiley face cube smiley face is maybe like an I3 or 1-3 that are overlapping each
It
other.
looks like B. Like
Uh,
if that would wait. If that's true, then I should go through the B. But didn't you say that it was like in the if you're talking about the first set of puzzles, like when I go through the middle one, if the middle one was different in the set of 3 or something like that.
maybe that's what it's trying to say is like which of these 3 things is different.
I'm gonna go through the clock and see what will go wrong because that one is
Clocks do have faces.
wait no wait no, that sucks. There's a reason to go through each of these in your recounting of events. Going through the clock, I went through. It was fine. Hmm.
Okay,
Is there anything for
now
the
what?
other 3 you have in mind? The treasure, sax, gnat, or fly, or whatever.
Maybe like things that make annoying sounds.
I'm gonna go through the fly. Oop, got teleported back. Speaking of teleport back, on the left side of this room is a thing that looks like one of those Lingo level 1 go back, you idiot, like it's hiding the teleport hallways. Going through this doesn't really seem to do anything clockwise or counterclockwise, so maybe that's all it is. Even though the teleport was very unsmooth. Okay, but that means if I go through duck, okay, and I go through B, nothing. Okay, so it was actually the clock. Okay, which means this is brute forcible seeming, honestly. That doesn't look great. Maybe I could describe these in a better way. Like the treasure has like a lime, red, and blue on it, like bright red. Also, like,
I have very little on my end, so I would be surprised if there were something I was meant to be getting out of this.
hmm.
Let me just give you a summary of literally everything I have because it's quite short. We have the open 2845, which we did. We have fifth exit in the vault. We have green, gray, cream, where green is the correct one. We have the magenta in a speech bubble coming out of a gradient that says 7-home. Then we have the room that has smile, cube, smile, where the cube is green and the others are red. Then we have the 1-3. Next to that is a gray X with a blue line that goes into a room that has a red squiggle, another red squiggle, and a green squiggle.
Oh, that feels
Then a
so.
red N and a question mark. That is my entire document.
Wow, that feels like that final part feels like it has nothing to do with anything that I am doing right
I
now.
think that's later. I think this is organized by room, basically. So the room that you're in with these paintings is just red smile, green cube, red smile, the overlapping 1-3, and a gray X with a blue line coming out of it. That's
Okay,
that's
hold
that
on.
room.
Okay, so sax work. This is annoying because it feels like it's brute forcible. It really is, but then I don't really know why.
My only idea here is that it's just pick the odd one out.
I guess so. Like the treasure one doesn't seem to have a face, but you could argue the fly has a face. Is it?
I want to pick the treasure one because it doesn't make an irritating sound.
Unfortunately, it was sax seemingly.
Okay, I have no idea why.
And the next set of paintings, I don't even know what to describe the left one. It looks like mint chocolate chip cookies with the top left corner being taken out. It's really makes no sense to me how to describe this. Um,
Okay.
the next this just seems like a cat, and the next seems like someone casting a spell or something. Not no, not really, just like a hand and like a cyan radius glow coming on the top right. So like, and then there's like various different
Maybe
colors in the
cast
corner.
and cats are anagrams of each other.
Well, there's only one cat.
Oh,
Hmm.
nope, I've got nothing.
Oh God. There was only 3 layers of painting, so it was root forcible.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've told you everything I have, and it doesn't seem like I have anything to actually help you with this,
And
other than just that you're meant to pick one.
after entering the painting, finishing the painting thing, there's this room that's like a little bit abstract, and it's like basically a bunch of white walls, but the white walls aren't that ordered, and notably on the sides there's some text like an N and J overlapping each other, and an I and a 3 overlapping each other, but not very perfectly. It doesn't look like a letter B at
Yeah,
all.
so I have the I and the 3 overlapping each other. So I think that's uh I don't have anything else overlapping each
The
other.
N and the
But
J overlap, like the J is lower than the N. That's like
the 3 is lower than the I
yes,
in
that's
mine,
true
but
as
that's
well.
the only symbol I have in this part.
We have H and F. If I turn left and look around, like it's H and an F overlapping. The F is lower. Hugging the
Is
walls.
this like a pick the hallway kind of thing?
This
What
is
is it asking you
I
to
don't
do?
know if there's no hallways really, just like a bunch of like it's just an open space that's arranged like maybe oddly. And I'm just looking at this on the wall. It's not like it's not like it's hinting an entrance or anything. Another.
So next to the 1-3, there is a gray square with a gray X in it. And out of that, there is a blue squiggly line that connects to the next row.
I don't know what gray X seems like to me.
But
If
that's all I have at this point is the 1-3, a gray X, and a blue line coming out of it.
exploring this more, I see there's on a wall an inverted H and F for some reason. Like the H probably is horizontally flipped, and the F is definitely horizontally flipped too. I do not know why. Like the gray X thing makes me think about sniping through this I3 thing, but I don't know what gray X would be.
Yeah, I don't know what you would snipe. The blue line is not, it's connecting to the red squiggles, but they don't look like I'm meant to interpret them as anything. Let me stare at them as though they're letters, but I don't think that's what's happening.
3 is weird to
No,
me.
I can't pretend that these are letters.
The 3 does not look like a flipped E, in case you're wondering.
Okay, the 3 on my side is very clearly a 3. It's got an angular top and a round bottom.
Yeah, this looks like a 3 to me as well. You think maybe we should go to a different room because we didn't really explore? Wait, hold, no, oh, never mind. There's nothing different. Damn.
So the only thing we've passed on mine that we haven't figured out is the magenta, which was between the painting room and the green gray cream room.
Do you have any idea what the lavender and yellow are? Because those are things I did not pass, and you seem to have not mentioned anything about them.
I don't have the color lavender or yellow anywhere in this document.
Well, I've tried some stuff for lavender that might... Oh, what the? 2845, that's weird. Okay, so typing 2845 into the lavender acted almost like typing exit back in the vault, as in it put me, like, back in the entry room. The yellow one has the clue text no entrance, but it's still 4 length. Open does not work. Nope, did not work. 2845 and 2845 almost the same thing. I mean,
Home is the other one word that I have. It's 7-home, but that seems to be in the last room.
7. This is
7-home. 7-home. 7-home.
thank you, thank you, minus land for that one. I'm trying to like so what I'm trying to do is snipe so this vault only has 6 hallways, but I'm trying to snipe home in this where the 7th could be. Doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Hopefully I'm not messing up, but yeah. Okay, no.
So the magenta in the speech cloud between the green room and the painting room, is there any panel in there? Is there
No, I do
any...
not see it. It's just big letters stop on the magenta. It's like a 4x4 square in size. What the squiggles?
Yeah, it
Like,
looks to me like this is meant to be a panel, but it doesn't have text in it. It's just a long line and a short line on top of each other, kind of like a clue and answer, though they're not colored like that. They're just black.
as if they're... It's to P. Like, you can't even go PQRS, maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to put that in there. Spot something. I don't even know. Like, I'm just typing into the magenta square at this moment because I can't see anything else to do.
Try 7 or home in that.
7, nope. This is a very odd sign.
Can we solve this as a magenta? What text did you have? Stop?
It says stop. Again, there's no actual panel. It's just big 4 letters. Stop. The S is blue, the P is blue, and the TO is red.
Oh wait, can you repeat that? I don't have any colors like that, but I don't think you told me that before.
The
What are the colors
stop,
for that?
the word stop is in big letters, like a text message or something, and the S is blue, the TO is red, and the P is blue.
So I have I guess like a gradient from dark red to dark blue that the speech bubble thought bubble thing is coming out of, but I don't know what that would be telling me. Otherwise, I don't have blue really.
Gosh, I failed the paintings again. You idiot. This NJ stuff is really weird. This HF. I don't even know if I could describe the way that this... Like, the room layout of that final room that I saw was a little bit strange. Like... But isn't...
So I'm wondering whether that's the one that has these like squiggle paths in it. Like maybe I'm meant to describe a like zigzag you're supposed to just walk on the floor.
I don't this so this room doesn't even have any like branching dead ends or anything. Like the space is pretty open. It's just that the outer walls are weird. But otherwise, it's just like a Lingo level 1-ish, tons of white, scheme.
Is this the room with the 1-3, or is this
It's the
after the
1-3 room. There is no room past the 1-3. I didn't find one.
Okay, yeah, then I have a bunch of stuff for the room past the 1-3, but for the 1-3 I just have the gray X, so I don't really know what to do with that.
Gray X. So I have not tried failing the entry on the green and I mean the cream thing, like that one room where you type enter and fail. I've not tried failing it. Would that even be a good idea?
This doesn't seem to have punished you for anything, so maybe go
Yes.
back there and
Yeah,
try.
sure. Okay, okay. That lavender and yellow room is definitely strange for sure. Okay,
Yeah,
so
those are the most confusing to me just because I don't have anything that's lavender or yellow in this document.
what about the green, like the I'm snopping. I mean, that didn't work. Remember there was a room that was blue, red, and green really early on. Like, it wasn't even a room. This didn't even have a panel on it. Um, yeah, maybe this one has something to do with that magenta one as well, but I currently can't think of anything to snipe in it. Hmm. Okay,
So let me just run through this again and let's talk about what we've used and what we haven't used. So it has been in order so far. So it's basically open 1 and then 2, 8, 4, 5, 2. So I think you've used both of those things in that order.
yes.
Then there's fifth exit in vault, which is an arrow straight and to the right. Then it goes to the dark green, gray, cream, where the green one has a bright green mark on it, and the other two have red marks on it. Then we go to the magenta square in a gray thought bubble. Then we go to the red smile, green cube, red smile painting maze. Then we go to the 1-3 with an X. Then we go to a room that has a red and green, what look like just random walk squiggle lines. Uh, there's an N question mark connected to that in red. And then there's 7 dash home connected to this red blue gradient, which overlaps with the thought bubble. And that is again the entire document that I have.
So 7 home. God, find this.
I don't think we've gotten to the part where you use that based on the way things have been
Yeah, if
moving.
7 home is near the end, then I haven't really used that. But you did mention it was connected to the magenta thing, and it was like weird.
Yeah, so it loops back around basically. And the thought bubble that has the magenta in it is coming out of the gradient, the dark red, dark blue gradient that's connected to 7 minus home.
It's HF. I'm like also walking around the outer walls of that final room, and I can't seem to find any hidden wall if there are. Like that's interesting, right? Like they enable false wall streets, and I haven't like gone through a single false wall yet.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm supposed to get out of the 1-3. That seems like where we're stuck now.
Um,
Um,
I could attempt to describe like the situation with like the spatial situation, but it's hard. Like the 1-3 to the left of it is just empty space, like, but it seems like maybe a door size, like 2 block. Maybe there's a hidden door there. Like it just feels like it could because it's not up against a corner or anything. Like these pieces
Yeah,
of
so let me describe spatially what's going on here. So there's a white cube or whatever, white rectangle with a black outline. The top half of that has the painting maze indicators, which is the clip art smiley face, clip art cube, clip art smiley face, and then red square with a red exclamation in it, green square, red square with a red exclamation. That's the top half of the rectangle. The bottom half of the rectangle has, in the bottom left corner, the 1-3 glyph. And then immediately to the right of that, the light gray rectangle with a gray X in it with a blue line coming out of it. So it seems to me like it's saying that that gray X is the path to the next room. But that's all that's here, is just that next to the 1-3. So is the 1-3 in a corner, or
It is not.
farthest right or farthest
It
left
is the.
or
It is
something?
farthest left in the corner, but again, it's not right up against the corner. There's like a 2 block gap between there.
So if it looks to me like this is trying to indicate the space next to that.
Hmm. And HF and NJ make no sense to you, right?
No, I don't have anything else in that room. There's a red N question mark later on, but it's not the overlapping thing, and it's not in the same area.
I'm wondering if this I3 looks like anything to me. Like maybe it looks like a lowercase b on top, but maybe that's just like nonsense.
So the one that I have is the I is uninteresting. It's just a straight line. The 3 is like an angular top of the 3 and a round bottom of the 3.
Well,
And
mine is just normal lingo fonts in 3.
okay.
Yeah, so that didn't
Yeah,
wall.
if I had to guess, it's like telling you that there's a hidden wall or something next to the 1-3. But yeah, I just have so little here. There's the 1-3, there's a gray X, and there's a blue line coming out of it.
If it matters
That's
because
really all I've
if
got.
it matters the lingo fonts, it's more like an I. It's probably actually an I on my end.
I3 doesn't mean anything more
Yeah.
to me than 1-3 does, but
Gosh. That HF being inverted also probably doesn't mean anything to you either. Like the NJs aren't
I don't
inverted.
have that.
How much are the past rooms that matter? Because like we haven't used the magenta stop at all. Hmm. And it seems so
Yeah.
linear, which is weird. Like I'm currently going a little back through the vaults. We haven't used home at all.
Yeah, and it is the way it's been so far on my end has been ordered. Like I'm imagining that this is a map of the space that you're in roughly. Though I don't know exactly how that actually
When you
happens.
said there was an arrow pointing to the right with the vault, that did kind of work for me because when I went through the vault, the hallways, the multi hallways are on the right. But that just didn't seem to matter because this place really does seem linear despite the doors that, like, the slight offshoots that we don't know
Yeah,
anything about.
the only thing on my end that doesn't look linear is the like cloud connection thing between the end and the magenta part. Everything else seems like these are just things you're going through in order. That's the like speech bubble that basically the little circles coming off the speech bubble go towards what looks like the end from the magenta square. But I don't know how that becomes a puzzle. And there aren't any panels you have anywhere
I
that
do
are like
not see any
that.
panels in this room. I don't know if like HFI3NJ mean anything to me right now. Like just like trying to combine the letters and numbers into anything doesn't seem to make sense.
And the blue red stop thing.
Yeah, we haven't figured that either. Crazy.
But even if we figured that out, what would we do with it? Where would you put that?
I'm assuming that it was in the magenta, but I don't know. Stop.
Should we try just sniping things into that, like as though it's a magenta puzzle?
Well, the
Like we
thing
could
is,
do
like
a stop
magenta. What's a
sign.
type of
We could
stop?
do. Oh, I guess it's stop. A type of stop. Yeah. Mm.
The magenta 4x4 in blocks, like it's a pretty big magenta. It is not small. It's like it's got a white bottom. By white bottom, I just mean there is a white block on bottom. Not that it's anything on. It's probably just there to represent it's holding up the sign. And I mean, I guess it could be magenta middle top or tip top if you want to read it like that.
Have you tried sniping two into it or stop? or just all the words we have, I guess. Open, exit, home.
None of them have worked so far.
Okay. Because yeah, the only thing I can attempt to glean from this is maybe that it's trying to tell me that that's a panel with a length 4 answer and length 2 solution. But the coloring is not what I would
Oh,
expect
there's like
to see
exactly
from
4
that.
squiggles and 2 squiggles.
It's not, it's just a line.
Oh,
It's a line and then a line that's half as long on the second row. It's not a squiggle. It's like a rounded end line. Uh, the color of it is like a little hard to interpret against the
gosh.
magenta, but it's maybe like a dark blue or something.
Like a
Dark blue, dark gray.
God, this podcast is sucking. You're gonna need to talk about something else at this rate. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, we are not nailing this.
I feel like I should maybe try to describe the end room, but it's very, very, like, it's very blocky and not seems very irrelevant to describe the shape of it. It's like it's like a horizontally flipped C. It's like, but not really with a blockiness. That doesn't seem very helpful.
No, and there definitely seems to be more stuff on your side than my side. Because the only thing I've not described to you in detail is the like random looking squiggles that are in the room after the 13. But I don't really know. I don't know if we're ready for that, and I also
Y-
don't know what exactly I would tell you about them. Like I could describe to you how to walk in this shape, but I don't know where you would do that, and it's not it like they're just lines that zigzag a bunch.
Like, I wish I could maybe tell you like where this NJ and I3 is positioned, but like it doesn't seem that would be helpful. I will try to give you it just in case, but HF is on the bottom left. Like you imagine this is a top-down room. I3 is upwards from that. To the right of that is both of the NJs, and if you go up from there is the inverted HF.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what we're meant to interpret from this because I don't really see much on my end that might help understand these other than the
Does the
I3.
gray X look like anything in particular? It's just like an X or any squiggly onto that?
I mean, in the room assuming this is organized by room, which it does seem to be, it's just the 1-3 and then light gray X next to it with a blue line coming out of it pointing to the next room. So I don't really know how I could get anything out of this other than spatial information that like, hey, the space next to the 1-3 is important and is the path forward. That's the only thing I can really see how to get on my end.
I tried to step like
And
exit or something.
none of the
Well, wait, what the?
none
Oh
of the
my!
letters that you've said. Oh,
What
what
the
happened?
heck? That was really silly. I didn't hug the. So to the right of the I3, there was a hidden wall, and I just never went there. I guess it's
Okay.
to the yeah. Thinking about the left side of the I3 was the relevant bit. Okay. Oh, that was really dumb.
Okay,
Um,
so now we should be in the room that has the random walk squiggles
what I
online.
see in front of me
Right?
right now is N up arrow. This is in like pixel art, and the N is like a 4x4 in letters. And so N up arrow, and then up on a D-pad is the thing that is communicated in a 3x3. It looks like there's parkour afterwards, which is worrying, but okay.
Okay, so on my end now, we've gone into a square room. There's like a blue line that came from that false wall that squiggles into this room and then becomes a straight line. There's a small offshoot of this room, which has a red N question mark. So if we're assuming that directionally you came in from the blue line X, it would be the left back, or the left corner closest to where you came in has a red N question
Mm.
mark. But that's it. So I don't know what to do with that.
So
Uh,
should I describe the parkour room right now? I haven't gone through it completely. I've done the parkour, but I'm just looking at it because there seems to be a copy of this room. Not maybe, probably not an exact copy, but it just looks like it could be. To the left and to the right, there are other parkour rooms as well.
so I have three squiggles, which I imagine are representing the parkour you're supposed to do. I'm
Well,
not
I
sure.
just did the first parkour, and there's nothing like it seems like there maybe would be a false wall to the next room, but it just doesn't lead me anywhere. So you just have to fall down or something. Or maybe like there's I would suspect that if there was some joke to this, then I would have to platform using some different invisible platforms of the other rooms and not the platforms that I have been actually using, maybe.
So let me describe to you the shapes that I see. Do you have like a pen and paper or something to draw them
Uh,
out?
gosh, I'll need to bring that up. Hold on. I guess.
So the one that is green, so there are three. Uh, the two on the left are red. The one on the right is green. The one on the right is the first one you get to if you're following the blue line from the false wall. Uh, and so that green one starts by going up left in a diagonal, maybe like 10 degrees to the left. Then it makes a 90-degree turn to the right and goes about the same length. Then it makes a 90-degree turn to the left and goes about the same length. Then it makes another 90-degree turn to the left and goes about half the length. And then it forms an acute angle up to the right, uh, like about 3/4 of the length.
That's weird and sounds zigzaggy. I put it in an image editor and
Yeah,
tried to think
it's a
about it.
zigzag. Like it's not an interesting looking zigzag to me. It's like up left, up left, slightly down left, up right again.
I mean, I'm currently just doing the parkour of the. Okay, so because you mentioned the third one on the right, like I mean, well, not third one, just like reading from left to right, it's the third one. You mentioned that one being green, so I just did the parkour there. Now I'm in a room with a 3x3 grid of things of holes I can fall into, seemingly. What is this? Tic-tac-toe?
Okay, so if that worked based on the way this is ordered, I'm guessing we're finally at the 7 dash home, uh, which has 7 minus and home, and then
That's the
this
numpad.
square
Like if you look at the
beside.
numpad, 7 home is there.
Yeah, that's right. 7 home is a key on the
I'm just
numpad.
gonna
So that,
fall in hole 7.
yeah, I think that's probably the right hole.
Okay, so I did. It's funny that I didn't even think about this exact direction. Like, it didn't matter. I just did the parkour. I don't know if that matters, but the room I am in now is a blue. So there's a bunch of blue and red. It seems like there's two choices, maybe, of where I could go in. Like, do I go through blue or red in case this could fail me?
So what I have now is a diagonal top left to bottom right, dark red to dark blue gradient. And out of the middle of that is where the speech bubble, thought bubble thing is
Is
coming from that goes back to magenta. So I don't see anything
is
there
it
that
just
would
the
tell
order of
me.
STOP? Like, I'm just gonna go blue, red, red, blue, which worked. That was. It says congratulations.
Oh, did we do it? Are we amazing? I don't feel that proud of that.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like this, the STOP didn't matter in the word. Also, it looks like Greenland, kind of, but expanded. This is so Greenlandy, dude. This looks like Greenland. No, you copy Iceland. It's a copy of Iceland with the buttocks still there. Cool. Good job.
Well,
Your
there you go.
your reward is Iceland, apparently. Should I parkour in this building? I haven't
Wow.
done that. Thanks for the unknown details. Like someone needs to make a sequel of this where at least we failed really hard on the hidden walls without really pad out the video.
Yeah, I mean, you should pull up the guide now that we've finished, I think, and
Wait,
see
like
how well I
what?
was working with
I
here.
don't see a panel. I went to the top of Iceland. I don't see a panel there. I'll check the back of my Iceland. Well,
I
I
think
what
we've used
What? What is this ending? I'm so confused. Like, we should spend like another half hour talking about like the ways to do this map in like a more interesting way. I don't know. Or just roast it. Unless there is a secret.
If there's a secret, I don't think I can help you with it, because the only thing I don't think we've used maybe is the red N question mark.
Well, I mean, I think the red N is, well, I don't know, because they're just giving information that I already see and already know, but like the fact that N goes upwards, yeah, I mean, we already knew kind of.
But yeah, it does seem like this was mostly just like which of the three things to pick. But I don't, like, for the painting maze, I don't really know how what I had actually helped with
It
that,
was
really.
really strange.
Did you open the doc now?
Yes, I've opened it.
Okay. Do you think we missed something?
Okay, that was
I feel
even
like there's three
smaller than I
more in there.
thought when it... Okay, I need to pull it up. Hold on. Okay, I've pulled it up. Like, that was, like, really? The parkour was like that? It's not like I needed to make any choices in the parkour. And also, if the final line was green, then it would be equivalent information if it just was the entirely green instead of a line. Um,
What do you think was going on with the painting maze? That's the part I'm most confused by.
I have no idea. What do you mean cubic? Seven home. What's with the circles on there?
It's the thought bubble.
Oh yeah, this is the thought bubble. Oh my
Thing
god,
that
it
we
barely looks
invented,
like it.
right?
I was gonna do that regardless of the thought bubble because that's the only blue and green thing in the map. I'm not blue and red thing in the map. Also, we never figure out what the lavender freaking yellow thing was.
Yeah, and it's not on here. It's not. I don't know. Managed to do very poorly though.
Well, maybe it's screen share time. That would be the final bit of content.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me see what the ending. I
Yeah.
guess the whole thing actually, because I haven't seen any of it now.
Okay. Do you see this?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so look at this amazing reward. Wow.
Okay.
Here is, wow, you get sent back real far with that one, huh? Here's the entry room.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
thing.
this room I don't understand still.
Yeah, I just typed this and it worked. And if they're gonna reveal a second guide, this is ruinous, actually. Imagine that. Post a second guide in a week that involves these, and now we can't do it. Nice vault, right?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this I lied when it was 4x4, it's actually 3x3. It sends you this thing. The teleport is not convincing or anything.
Yeah, and we never really figured out
What the
what the
freaking
rule was.
hell is this? It's just like they added these to confuse you. I mean, seriously, I didn't see a false wall in any of this. Yes, I just skipped past it, by the way. Except here. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. And then this is the parkour room that.
Well, it's an
Yeah, it
invent.
definitely seems more confusing on my end.
Yes, like these
Was
seem
that
so
supposed to help you?
straightforward. It's crazy. Like, it's not like there were different stairs that could be wrong, I think. Whoops. Well, screw you know it's gonna end in failure anyway, right? And even if there was no guide at all, whoops, like, you would fail this one, you would get to the end and there'd be nothing there, so I don't really see... why one of them would have to be marked green. You would just try one of the three all the time. Or maybe this is the troll one, I don't know. But even if you did, like, you would give up on this one and then go to the green and, yeah. Alright, fine, let's do this one. I swear I actually did it in less attempts in the freaking actual run.
Earthly platform.
No way. Okay. 7 home. And then this thing. And you've seen everything now.
Okay.
Wait, oh, really? That's really stupid. That didn't even happen the other time. Is this all that's for? Maybe it did happen, I just wasn't looking at it or something. Oh yeah, the reason for this is you come out of there. That's such a nice explanation.
For the no entrance thing, did you use that yet?
I did not use it. Like, I tried open, nope, home, exit, tons of stuff on it. It
What
didn't
about
work.
high? What if this is like a level 2 reference? Like, can you snipe high on the other side?
Maybe, maybe. Hmm. 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 Should you? I'm gonna stop sharing just for a second.
Okay. I mean, I don't have anything more in the guide, but go for it.
It says enough already high. It looks just like the Lingo level 2 room right now. Wow, that's crazy. There's no teleport in here. That's crazy.
Was that it? Just like an Easter?
I don't know. I don't know what else is here. It just doesn't seem there's anything else here. Amazing. Well, I'm gonna try sniping high in the lavender thing then. It doesn't seem to work.
What's that lavender puzzle in the yellow room in level 2? There's like one entrance puzzle, right?
Wasn't that the enough already? And then it was like a top yellow of lavender stuff?
Did it just solve to lavender? Is that what it was?
Yeah, and it was much longer than 4 length.
Okay. Well, but the high one wasn't that panel. It was a snipe.
Yes,
Maybe
the
this
high
is
was a snipe.
lavender. That's all I've got.
It's so sick. You said no entrance too. You didn't say it that time. That's insane, I think. Or maybe if you did, that'd be very embarrassing. I'm so sus about the Easter eggs in this level. Like, there's too much confusing stuff. Incredible.
Yeah, maybe there's just confusing stuff there on purpose to make it so that you have to describe a bunch of things to me that don't mean anything.
I'm like, read some of the spoilers. I don't think I see anything in the spoilers. Well, things are going to be very weird if they actually have the secret sequel in a week.
Well, we ruined it for ourselves.
All right, cool. Fantastic Lingo podcast. Good night.
Good night.
Linguition, linguide, linguition, linguide.